Next question, the member for Oshawa.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Car thefts are on the rise, and we are not doing everything we can in the province. Recently, OPP Commissioner Thomas Carrick told a House of Commons committee that inspections of vehicles with problematic VINs should be mandatory, but Ontario doesn't do it. In Ontario, someone can steal a car, register it, and no one checks. This isn't just a loophole, it's a drive-through lane for car thieves. So will this government commit to VIN inspections and actually protect drivers from car theft?
Reply, the Solicitor General.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's no government in the history of Ontario that has taken public safety more seriously than this government, led by Premier Ford. And he leads it every day by saying that it is absolutely crazy that our doors are getting kicked in at 5 in the morning and people are demanded to hand over their keys. But you know what, Mr. Speaker? Our government is acting. That's why we came forward with 2 asks for the government in Ottawa, the federal government. Have minimum sentencing on those people that think it's okay to steal our cars, number 1. And number 2, step it up at the ports of Montreal and at the rail ports and in the intermodals where we are not inspecting the containers going outbound the same as they are inspecting them coming inbound. It's so simple. The federal government has an opportunity, and you know what? The NDP across the way can call their friends in Ottawa and say, we stand for public safety. This is unacceptable.
Response. A supplementary question back to the member for Oshawa.
Thank you, Speaker. People are understandably worried about having their vehicles stolen. Vehicle theft is so common in the province of Ontario, we were even a recent punchline on Jeopardy. But stolen vehicles and shipping containers make the news. 10% of stolen vehicles are staying right here in Ontario. They're being re-VINed, resold, and re-registered at Service Ontario like any other vehicle. It has been reported that there is no VIN verification in Ontario, and there is no system for flagging suspicious registrations for inspections. The integrity of the VIN database is not being protected and is currently being flooded with false records and stolen vehicles. Can this government of the province, explain why Ontario does not have a system for VIN verification?
Premier.
So let's get this straight. You're talking about the police, that you're anti-police. Everyone knows NDP do not support our police. It's a known fact.
Order.
You guys aren't too bad, but you've done nothing over the last 15 years. So that's why our government is investing.
Premier to make his comments through the chair.
Mr. Speaker, that repeat violent offenders comply with bail conditions. I personally led the charge to the federal government about bail reform. I personally talked to the Prime Minister about mandatory sentences. We want to make sure that we have scanners at the ports, as the Solicitor General said. Our investments going towards the creation of a new bail compliance and warrant apprehensive grant, the expansion of OPP Repeat Offenders Parole Enforcement Squad, establishment of intensive serious violent crime bail terms, Mr. Speaker, and teams, and a new provincial bail monitoring system to allow police services to monitor high-risk offenders with the most accurate possible.
Thank you. Thank you. Premier will take his seat. The Premier will take his seat.